And hello all, how are we doing? Welcome to another edition of TCR Strength of Field Championships. It's good to see you all. I hope everyone's good, everybody is well. Welcome to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, also affectionately known as Mosport. And I'm just having a quick look through some things. There might be a bit of a lull on some bits of participation this week due to the fact that it is the Spa 24-hour this weekend as well, which a few teammates are going to be in and doing this weekend. Raceway, thank you so much for the 150 stream streak on the Twitch side. That is absolute insanity. That is actually nuts. Misery, good to see you in here, as well as Billy as well. Got a few people lurking about. Thank you all for lurking. We are also live on YouTube as well, so please make sure you go out of your ways to go across to that side and put a thumbs up there too. Already in double figures with people watching, so thank you all for every ounce of support. I've decided as well to post that I'm live on Instagram. Sometimes there's some people I know IRL seeing that one, so hopefully I don't come across as too cringe for that one. Losby, thank you so much for 89 months, and
I'll keep this tame for now.
Is that because you realise that this is on like two different platforms at the same time? Sean, thank you so much, man. Tier 2, 89 months. Yeah, for some reason, Tuesday's a little tiny bit more professional because the whole of iRacing sometimes gets access to this and sees this, and I mean, to be honest, it would be absolutely hilarious if they had the sort of Ainsley Harriott, 1 skin, 2 skin, 3 skin, 4 jumping up onto the screen as well. I hope you're good, Losby. I hope you're well, and thank you so much for throwing that resub over this way, guys. If you're not following Losby on the Twitch side, then he has his link in the chat just there. But hey, even if you're on your YouTube, come over to the Twitch and make sure you're following over here, then you'll see Losby's links there, and go throw him over and follow there as well. All sorts of games over that side, with their single player story games like Last of Us, or multiplayer stuff like Battlefield. Lots of things going over on that channel there. But let's have a look at everything that's going on in this session currently. So let's get a bit closer to the action. We have Anton Zhizhnikov just there going through. This is Canadian Tire Motorsport Park in Canada. If fun fact, if I actually went through with the move to Canada, this would have been my local track. Oh man, we yeah. Anyway, the less said about that, the better. Though I swear, I lay that fact down every single time that we come here. I'm not sure I told a story about my Nissan Micra exhaust incident and my skin of 4. Oh my... What? What? Oh my god. Okay. Fine. It's... I have a feeling, once certain other people get in here, this is going to turn into a vessel of debauchery. Because that's just the way it goes. For those who don't know what we do here, this is the Strength of Field Championship. Thanks to the people at the Clio Discord, as well as Grid Post as well, we are able to turn these officials into mini championships. No entry fee needed, just turn up, race, this time every Tuesday, and you could give yourself an opportunity to be put into this Strength of Field Championship here, with a top 20 getting points and 20 position onwards to 50th getting a single point for participation. There are bonus points for fastest laps, there are bonus points for pole positions. Hell, I'm unquite good to you all. If you get a nice clean race, I'll give you bonus points for that as well. But as we can see, Pascal at the moment leading the fixed standings, and these are points where even if you are not in top split, you have opportunities to grab points. How does it work? The amount of iRacing Championship points within the service you earn per race, it will rank you across all splits that are participating and give you points based on that. This is a separate site. There's plenty of things you can check here, including results of previous weeks as well. This goes all the way back to week 1 at Alton. We can have a look at all 3 splits, exactly where everybody finished, the best laps, how many positions you've gone up and down, all sorts of stuff there. If you want to find out more information on that, if you're on YouTube right now, go to the video description below and click on the link just there. If you are on Twitch, then get over to the chat and type in TCR SOF. Can I get a qualifying point for being in your cult? A point. This is not a cult. I do not run a cult. But for the fixed, at the moment, Pascal leading the way after a very impressive first place on week 1, netting him at a massive 45 points. Didn't quite go so well at round number 2 at Watkins Glen. Only a single point got there, but third week, 30 points, a good haul. 4th place overall at last week's Track Road Atlanta. Abel in 2nd place and Anton 3rd. As you can see, a couple of bonus points being given out. There's only 15 points that separates the top 2. A bit of a jump after that, with everybody else still fighting. But I can tell you now, there are several names in this top 20 who have not raced in top split yet, but because they're doing so consistently well in 2nd split and in some cases 3rd split, they're getting enough points to battle with those who are making silly mistakes or not turning up to certain weeks. That's the most I've had to look without a script to explain everything that's going on the screen at once. And just because I know some of you secretly want it, hi my face. Right, there are 10 minutes to go. It's a culture. It's not a cult. It makes us wear specific suits. Right, you're done, Misery. You are completely done. I hope everyone's good. Everybody is well. Welcome to the 22 watching on both Twitch and YouTube tonight. Let us get a little bit closer to the action. Much closer. Let's go on board with 2nd place at the moment, Laguna, and let's get right into the car and get a very quick lap of Canadian Tire Motorsport Park done. So after exiting at White's Corner, you want to be ready for a very deceptive turn number 1. You can mount that inside curb if you want to, but so many will be overdoing it and going wide here. Then onto one of the most difficult corners on the course, the Clayton corner. A lot of elevation here is going to cause your back end to seep out. Not like that, you dirty wrong uns. But once you finish that corner, go over to the left hand side to Quebec corner. I'm guessing it's called that because it is the closest corner to Quebec, or corner. I'm joking. Right, so over to turn number 4. Get yourself nice and tight on a late apex there, because you need to diamond Moss corner as much as you can. Out wide, cut in, try and dodge the high 3D curb on the inside and get yourself out of dodge as quick as possible. Down the Mario Andretti straightaway, there's apparently a turn 6 and a turn 7 here, but they are so slight we kind of ignore those. Coming up to the S's at the top of the hill, you need to try and make your own braking point here for braking in and keeping nice and close on the late exit. You're going to be diamonded in the first, keeping to the right. That way, turn number 9 is a bit easier. Be very patient on the throttle so you can open up White's Corner enough. Get onto the throttle, try not to pick up an off track on the exit, and there you go. That is your lap of Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Yes, it is named after that department store in Canada. You're lacking at the moment, second place at the moment in this practice. This isn't the official session started just yet. The 0.031 away from Thomas Dandridge, and Dandridge just making himself aware of all the off tracks going on at the moment, keeping consistent, keeping quick, tops the practice at the moment. Chris, hope you're good, hope you're well. Canadian Tire gets a lot of mixed reviews. A lot of people absolutely love this circuit. In my opinion, it's a great little hot lapping circuit. The only problem with Canadian Tire, it does give you very few opportunities to get an overtake done. Where Dandridge is going right now, this is probably the main place with a lot of toe. You can attempt to ride the inside or the inside or the outside of these corners. A lot of side-by-side action going on. Then you sort of have to make that decision whether fighting's really worth it if you're trying to chase somebody in front. This is going to be the location of the IMSA Michelin Pilot Challenge over the weekend, the 2-hour endurance race between TCR and GT4. Fortunately for Canadian Tire and TCR this week, the Spa 24 hours is going on at the same time. If you've never won a TCR race, or you want a chance to get some really big points in IMPC and you're not doing the Spa 24 hour, this could be the perfect place to go in and really make your mark. This place eats tyres, it feels like. I think the temperature's quite warm here at the moment, which isn't going to help matters. I'm just having a quick look at it on the side, and yeah, indeed, the track temperature at the moment, 32 degrees. There's a lot of people jumping in and out of the session. Oh my god, that's supposed to be an Iron Brew car. Let me get trading paints on. I knew I forgot to do something. Give me that Iron Brew goodness right now. If you haven't already, get over to the YouTube side and put a thumbs up on the stream. Aiming for about 15 thumbs ups today on there would be brilliant. Also, don't forget to join the TCR Cord. Those who aren't already in there, check the video description below. If you're on Twitch, it is that link just there, and the very big diamond at the corner there. Will Lion is definitely one of those who should be in the upper echelon of the standings here. I'm just having a quick look, get some iRacing update just here so we can see exactly how fast everybody is. Look at that, the wheel is nearly 6k at the moment. There's no slouches towards the top. Of 123.3 is the quickest time at this moment. For some reason the paints aren't updating. Slight technical difficulties. It's not the end of the world. Maybe IMPC would be better with cooler temps. IMPC could be raining, so cooler temps is almost a certainty. You know? Oh, okay. Well, for those who don't know, well, we have 5 minutes left. Let's have a look. I'm not expecting a great turnout, in all honesty. That's only because of the sheer amount of people who are practicing Spa at the moment. Some people have you believe that just because the series doesn't let you have more than 20 cars per split. But those same people, if we did have higher splits of 26 or 28, have actually gone on record to say that if it splits, they still won't jump into the races. So, yeah, take that what you will. Training Pates was messing with me as well just now. Yeah, I'm sorry, a bit unprofessional here with you being able to see everything that's just there. Let me just quickly type in. Minutes. Sign up. Go. There's a few friends who have jumped into the sessions. There's currently at least 25 people who have jumped into the officials at the moment, so it will split, which means those in the second split will have opportunities to earn big points in the championship. Right, I don't know if my YouTube chat is working at the moment, so if somebody can say hi on the YouTube side, feel free to do so. I'll say hi for 50 bucks. Awkward, but... There we go. Definitely 25 in the session now. There we go. Ah, thank you all. Appreciate yous. Of course, if you don't want to say hi and you want to lurk instead, that's cool too. You can do whatever you want here. Just remember, if you're on YouTube side, to put the thumbs up on there, because it does spread it out to more people. Let's see who else is in that session. Always sounds like Will's doing a handy little power slide round there. I'm going to try and see if I can get these paints to work before the session starts, because it's stuck on 22% downloaded. So I'm going to quickly refresh trading paints again. I wonder if it's because I refreshed it too soon. Maybe. Kim, I hope you're good. Hope you're well. Welcome. Welcome in. We get a lot of people from Denmark in, actually. It's good to see you. I hope you are good. I hope you are well. Well, we haven't got too many people in this session at the moment, but I wonder if that's because everyone has shifted across to the other side. Wait for all that to load up. Or if people have truly jumped off into another session. Anton, where are you? There's Anton. We're getting there. What does the blimp camera look like? Because that could be pretty nice for the first couple of laps. And you know what? We might actually set off from the blimp cam. I think we finally have trading paints working. We finally have trading paints working. Have you tried the IR Sidekick livery? I'm not sure what that is. You might have to give me a little bit more context on that one. I had to close and restart trading paints twice. Oof. Right, 1 minute left. So, if you are not already in the session, get yourself in the session. Get yourself signed up. Get yourself in the TCR cord. If you're on YouTube now, check out all the links which are underneath, especially for the TCR cord and the Strength of Field Championship as well. And it's my daughter. I haven't got pictures on at the moment. Or is that the avatar? Where's the track guide? Unfortunately, I've been so busy and so tired, I've not been able to get a track guide done for this week. However, there is an old one from a year ago. Same braking points, same lines. You should be good with that one.
Meow.
And so we have a local wildlife.
Meow.
Yep. Lots of local wildlife in the session right now as well. If you are letting your pets drive your rig, make sure they do so safely. Turn off the majority of your force feedback. You don't want any of them getting injured. If you really took my advice seriously just then, well, there's no hope. Let's everybody jumping into the next session. Let's get to it then. While this is going on, we are going to be running a couple of ads. But don't worry, you won't be missing a thing. I don't know if YouTube will necessarily get the ads, but if they do, then don't worry, it's only for a couple of seconds, minutes, etc. Seems fairly split between Audi and Honda this week, which would surprise me because the Honda is not very good on the fixed setups at all, in my opinion. Kitty litter, anyone? If you go wide. I really want to drive some more TCR. Get into the TCR. The more people doing TCR, the better. Especially during this time slot as well. So top split is 3,300 Strength of Field. Just getting these ads on for Twitch. The way they're nice and short ones. I need the money for parking tickets. First race on the monitor, so if I crash people out, make sure you get it on camera. Rather that you just didn't crash people out. Is that too much to ask? It kind of feels like an Audi track. Before the big TCR update, Audis were pretty good here. Honda was brilliant. I think Honda during the fixed is going open. Sorry, is going to be fantastic. Along with the Elantra 1800 IR. If you stick to TCR, you could easily get an extra 1000 iRating over a season. I'm not even joking. The racing is that good, and it's so easy to pick up the cars after a while. A lot of people fear TCR as well. Right, let's get to it.
Axel_von_Versen just subscribed with Prime. Bezos money.
Axel, thank you so much for throwing the 3 months of Twitch Prime onto the stream, and everybody else, welcome to the fixed session of the TCR Strength of Field Championship. This is the top split of the TCR Challenge. My name is JayCaulls. It's a pleasure to meet you all. If you're new here, or if you're a regular, well, your space, you've got your little spaces. Just sit down, kick back, relax, and be ready for some top tier TCR fixed action. This is the Strength of Field Championship, where through the officials we have our own championship table with our own point system going, and you can score points no matter what split you are in. But let's get ourselves to it. It is time to get ourselves ready for qualifying. You lot know how this works by now. The bars that you guys see at the bottom of your screen are going to turn green when it's a personal best. If it is the fastest of anybody in the session, it turns purple. But today we find ourselves at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, Mosport for short. It is a track near Bowmanville in Ontario, Canada. Was nearly my local track at one point. That's a story for another time. It is a 3.3k strength of field for this one. There's a few newer names in here, including that of Mr. Iron Brew. Is not at his real name. I think Bars would have a bit of a problem with that, and copyright, etc, etc. But we're line in one of the nicest looking cars on the whole grid. It's the Iron Brew car, available on trading paints for anybody to use. And if you've never had Iron Brew and you have access to it, I swear it is the nicest drink you'll ever have in your mouth. So making our way down, we have the leader of the TCR Championship, Pascal. He has made it in and is looking to extend that lead at the top of the fixed. It's getting a bit close at the moment between the likes of him, Abel and Anton. We'll have a very quick look whilst everybody is going around for their first laps. Pascal, after a handy little win at Alton Park, struggled a little bit at Watkins Glen, but brought it back at Road Atlanta, leading Abel behind by 15 points, who got some fastest lap points. Just as a word of note to all, you get bonus points for fastest laps, bonus points for pole position, and bonus points for having a 0x race. I reward you for cleaners, because just a nice guy. Anton in third place there, and everybody else tumbling down after that. People who have scored points in this championship, by the way, haven't necessarily always been in top split. How the points are decided is through iRacing Championship points earned in the time slot across all of the splits that go live. So after the first load of laps, we have an early leader. And it's, I was about to say it was Jura Lackinen, but instead, after a really impressive Road Atlanta, Jack Brown takes an early lead here, 123.551. At the moment, with the temperature on the circuit, the temperature right now it's a warm track, 31 degrees Celsius, air temperature of 24, and moderate winds of 15 kilometers an hour. So there's plenty going on at the moment. We're just having a quick look underneath in Jura Lackinen, a green first sector, same with Will Lyon as well. Thomas Dandridge for the second lap has gone purple. Let's get to Dandridge now. Couple of corners left. Are they going to make it round and improve on the third place? He's only fractionally behind Jura Lackinen. Someone else has got a quicker second sector, by the way, is Jura Lackinen. Gets the lead. Watching at the moment Dandridge, who's down to fourth place. Jura Lackinen on the lead. Got Laura Miser as well. OD Payne making their way around for their second lap. And Brown goes back into pole position by 0.2 of a second. Let's get onto the drone, see how that's looking. One of the nicest paints in the whole of TCR, I feel, for Payne. He's making his way around now the last couple of corners as Chris Wetz always consistently up there, up into fifth place. Can Payne get round? Sprint to the line. Just manages to get a lap in just in time. 8th place. So Jack Brown starts on the front row with Jura Lackinen and Will Lyon in third place and Thomas Dandridge in fourth. Then we've got Chris Wetz in fifth, Anton Shishnikov in sixth. We've got Big G in seventh and Odd Payne in eighth. Sidney Hards takes the ninth place with Pascal Wirzine in 10th. That's actually quite disappointing for Pascal. I know Pascal is usually right up there, so I do wonder what caused that. Andrew Murant in 11th place with Laura Miser just behind. We've got Patrick Gallick and Riley Pogue in last place, bringing up the rear. Two more cars left to get onto the grid. I hope we're all ready and we're all steady for what could end up being an extremely epic race. Just waiting on the poleman Jack Brown in the Audi. And Pascal, the current championship leader, Pascal is now on the grid. So what we're thinking is Jack Brown going to keep that lead. Is it going to be Jura Lackinen, or maybe Will Lyon or Thomas Dandridge is going to come in and ruin the day for somebody? Still got 40 seconds left for Jack to get onto the grid. Finn, I hope you're good. By the way, in the YouTube chat, we are live on both YouTube and Twitch here, so make sure thumbs up the YouTube, follow on the Twitch. Jack is blinking about a little bit, but it looks like they've kept the car going and it's lights out. Great start from everybody there. We're going to turn number one. Jack just keeps it, but he's got Will and Jura side by side just behind to get over to the blimp. Now, and Jura Lakkinen's going to have the inside line here, but can he keep it to the inside? Get a lot of understeer here. They're both so close. Put a foot wrong here and it will all end in tears. Riley going off the track behind, but it looks like it's just a simple off track. And Jack Brown somehow keeps that lead. Need a little bit of contact between Jura and Will just there. Jack will be hoping that they both go straight into Sterling. Oh, and they nearly do actually go straight in. Too wide, but they managed to sort themselves out eventually. And it's a great exit from Jura. Although Brown is in the Audi at the moment, no slipstream. Still a lot of battling towards back, and that's a front end gone from, by looks of it, Pascal. And that's going to really hurt their championship chances here. But until then, still watching Jack Brown actually getting away from Euro. Jack could have this in the bag, and this could be a very significant pivotal point in Jack's TCR career this season. A first strength of field win, but I tell you what, with how much Will and Euro are fighting at the moment, if they can go too wide into a couple of corners, that would be the best course of action for Jack, keeping their lead in the front a little bit further back. And we've still got plenty of fighting. Be interesting to see what's happened with Pascal here. He's going to have Riley on the inside, and Pascal going far too wide there, but keeping it on. The Switch-It car having an absolutely torrid time at this moment. Will Lyon behind at the moment has Thomas Dandridge less than 4 tenths behind. And look how close some of these cars get at the moment. There was a little bit of a... Oh, hang on. Hang on. And something's happened there with Euro. I saw a lot of smoke going up on the screen. I do wonder if Euro just completely lost the back end there. And it has caused Jack Brown to say sayonara to everybody and extend their lead 1.7 seconds. And now, let's get ourselves close, because something could potentially happen here. Look how much it's backed up, and Euro going wide. Now I can't click onto Euro because Euro's gone straight into the wall. Heartbreak for Euro. Just an accident at the chicane has just caused him to wipe out into the wall. We'll quickly have a look at what happens there shortly. Till then, big fighting from Riley and Andrew, both giving each other plenty of space at the moment. There we go, Andrew on camera now. Let's get this out so you can actually see who we're pointed at. Andrew, exactly where they began the race, 11th place. With Riley in front, up 4 places. But there's a big amount of battling going on here. A quick click of the camera, and tell you what, that Audi livery is absolutely fantastic. It's one of my favourite Audi liveries. Sometimes you get Formula 1 liveries, they don't really look good on any other car, but this one, put the Audi livery on a TCR, it looks even better than the F1 car. You can tell me I'm wrong, I don't mind. But in the lead at the moment, Jack Brown from pole position, keeping it going at the moment, a 2-second lead. Just going to see what laps they're doing at the moment. Has recently set fastest lap of the race with a 1:23.38, now a 1:23.20, and is 4 tenths quicker than second place Will Lyon. And Will has a few people behind, but not really getting too bothered at the moment by everybody else, so has to try and push what they can out of that fixed Honda setup. Behind at the moment, Dandridge, Wetz, Varshinin and Shishnikov all fighting for that final podium position. Coming up to the danger corners now. This is where, if you're confident, you'll gain a bucket load of time, but if you're smart, especially on this bit here, you can give yourself a lovely launch out of the corner. And with how close they all are at the moment, somebody is definitely... oh, trees! Somebody is definitely going to be getting a jump on the others. Tell you what, Chris Wetz at the moment in that second Hyundai. Brakes a little bit earlier than Dandridge. Dandridge gets in. You can just see how equal those 4 are at the moment. Will's managing to get away slightly, but those 4 behind, they'll be ready to pounce if Will decides that they want to make a mistake. And I just saw towards the back Laura getting overtaken there by Riley, and that's Riley. Riley Pogue right now. up 6 positions. Great drive so far from Riley. Currently running in at 8th place. Right, let's have a quick look what happened earlier in the lap. Because Pascal ended up off the track. Oh, this was a... Right. It was before then. I don't seem to have a lot of events for what happened with Pascal. Something happened with Pascal early in the laps. See if we can find out through here. This is the start. Do wonder if something happened off the line. So Pascal, your current championship leader. Just wonder if somebody maybe broke a little bit earlier than they anticipated, and something maybe happened through that. Could it be that? Oh, yep. A lot of backing up just there. Somebody losing control, others braking. Pascal not able to react in time. And that would have... that absolutely resulted in a slightly damaged front end. Right, things are hotting up at the moment for 3rd place. Thomas Dandridge just holding off Chris Wetz at the moment. It seems Will's not able to extract as much speed out of that Honda than they possibly wanted to. Brown at the moment in the lead, now extending that to 2.6 seconds. Whilst Lee's up battle on behind. Let's have a look what happened with Jura Larkinen then, because something big happened with Jura, and we need to see what happened a little bit before that actually. Because they ended up completely getting their lines wrong here and going off into the wall. Big hit just there. But what happened a little bit earlier? I'm going to have to go a bit earlier than that. So here's Jura. Going off into the corner. I reckon they just overshot it. Slightly. And it's going to be down the hill where we get to see what finally happened with Jura. What caused them to lose so many places and eventually spook the car. A lot of speed being taken in there, and there it is, the power slide of doom. I mean, if we were playing Colin McRae Rally 2, that would look pretty damn sick, but we're not. And you just end up getting gobbled into there. Big fights up here. These four are just getting more tighter and tighter to each other. And right now, I tell you what, it is the car right at the back here. Anton Shishnikov, who we will want to be following right now. A great launch out the corner. Now has three cars. Oh, they're both communicating with each other. They might be teammates. Oh, and Anton nearly going into the back of 14. Car number 14, by the way, in 5th place. Great amount of points from him until that was close. Anton doing everything they can to get in the mirrors, and same with Chris Wetz onto Thomas Dandridge. So a lot of off-tracks going on at the moment as these four are all following each other's lines. If one in front makes a mistake, the rest of them will follow. Join my Discord. Thank you so much, Kim. Appreciate it so much. And there's another wild animal in one of these cars. What are they feeding people in Canada? What is going on? We're getting nice and close, and I tell you, oh, and that's Will Lyon going wide there. And suddenly it's a big 5-car brawl now for 2nd place. That Brown right now in the lead is absolutely LMA Owen all over the place. And now suddenly it is a fight for second place. Dandridge having a look around the outside of Will, but Will keeping their head cool, their head firmly on their shoulders. Let's go on to the chopper for Chris Wetz at the moment. The man who is going to be chasing these two is just waiting for a mistake from either Dandridge or Lion. I think me, as well as everybody else on the broadcast, is hoping, sorry Will, but we're hoping that something happens here to send all these lot closer and closer together. But it looks like Will Lion starting to get away from Thomas Dandridge, but that's a great corner from Dandridge. But how is Dandridge's exit? Not as good as Chris's. And I tell you what, Thomas may be trying to chase down second place Will Lion at the moment, but has to keep a watch on their rear here, because that is how close Chris is to Thomas Dandridge right now. We have a look how Anton is looking. Dropping back a little bit. I don't know what he's what sort of mistake he made, unless this was back towards the end of the last lap. But further back, there's also a four-way fight here for Laura's 9th place. She's doing well, defending from everybody else. She's also up 3 places. Up 7 though is still Riley, who is looking to chase the likes of Anton, Chris, Will. Looking at lap times, they are slowly gaining, but we're already nearly 13 minutes into the contest. 5 seconds back now, unless, and it is too wide here. A bounce against the wall. And Will can breathe a little bit easier, and that was so close. From Grigori in the Audi, they're nearly cutting the nose off of Chris. Gonna keep it on here for now, because this is not over. Dandridge though managing to defend there, causing Chris to go wrong, taking a line they're probably not had much practice at. Big exit, and see what, that Audi number 14, not as strong an exit as they probably wanted. Fortunately for Grigori, he's got a looming figure of Chris Wetz. Chris wants their position back. They're going to have the inside, giving each other plenty of space. Great racing from all. Due to number 9 not having... Oh, hang on. And that is, I think, Pascal going out wide there.
Magnicula just subscribed with Prime. At least it ain't 67.
He said 867. Wow, man. Magnet, thank you for 87 months with Prime. That is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane numbers. Got a lot of battling going on at the moment. She's keeping 9th place. Laura Miser with Patrick Alec just behind. Patrick is streaming their own race here, by the way. There we go. Patrick G24. They do usually do a lot of their own streams for TCR, so go throw them over. Following that is close. Might be able to go to the inside. Laura's going to have to battle quite hard. There's a little bit of contact, but depending on how Patrick's line goes here, Laura making her car nice and wide. There's a bit of back and forth. Patrick just slots in between Laura and Andrew, and this one's getting so close right now. It's nice and close up here as well. 5 minutes left. Currently Jack Brown in the lead, about to start lap number 12. Will Lion in second place. Then a massive frantic battle for third, but fantastic racing from all at the moment. Look how close they are. And I think this is going to be an opportunity for the number 11, and they do. And that is Andrew Mourant's right there. Mourant's going on the inside of Laura. but she manages to defend that really, really well. And I'll tell you what, Sydney Hards now is also having a go here. And this is only the battle for 9th place. These are so desperate to get within that top 10. Brilliant fighting from all so far. Hope you're all having a good day. We are, Magnet. I hope you are too. I think Laura may have gotten away with this one. She's trying to drive away as the likes of Andrew, Patrick and Sydney are all fighting away. All Laura has to do, she just has to keep it nice and clean and consistent. Same with Thomas Dandridge, up in the final podium position at the moment in 3rd place, and Thomas takes that extremely wide, inviting Grigori an opportunity right now. Get nice and close. How is Grigori's exit? It's brilliant. Look, is getting closer and closer and closer. Doesn't quite take the optimal line into turn number 1, but takes a much better exit. Using the Audi power to power out of there. Not quite enough to challenge Dandridge on the inside here. From the car behind, Chris Wetz has got the best seat in the house right now for this battle for 3rd place. So Will Lyons behind is not getting away as fast as they probably want to right now. Here we go, car number 14 versus car number 7. All Chris Wetz has to do here, and Wetz right now, but these two are fighting it out, and a slight hesitation on the throttle, but this could be enough. And it's suddenly looking like a square Tetris block. Bit of light flashing just there from Thomas, but a bit of pump drafting as well. They're all pushed. They are literally physically pushing each other through this part of the course. All going to spread out, and Anton towards the back of this pack of 4. They're all taking slightly different lines, and that's a wide line from the Audi. We are nearly on the final lap of the race. Got one more left after this one. A move on the inside from Wetz. Wetz wants that podium. Dandridge falling back from the last lap into 5th place, but these are all still fighting it out aggressively, and this is great racing at the moment. Tuesday nights. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. What about you lot? If we could see this sort of racing every single week, which we do most of the time. Whilst those 4 battling, we've also, a bit further back, got another foursome here. Just waiting for each other to go wrong. 2 brilliant battles. Let's quickly jump to the first because we're going into the tight hairpin. They're all making their way round, but over this way. A few different lines. The second car of the 4 not quite using all of the road unlike the others. And Laura, she's in trouble now at the front of this group. Go quickly jump to the front to see what's happening. We are entering the final lap of the race at the moment. This is Jack Brown's to lose. 5.5 seconds from Will Lyon just behind, and these are all fighting away. But this is the battle where something could potentially happen. Laura taking the inside, Andrew taking the out. Andrew getting the late apex in, but Laura keeping her cool, keeping disciplined with the lines. And sometimes in these sorts of twisty turny tracks, that's all you need to defend. Just keep to your lines and let the car do the work. How confident is everybody on their exits? And I tell you what, Andrew has a good line here, tries to poke a nose on the inside. Oh, and Patrick taking a lot of speed just there. And I tell you what, that might be enough speed to get onto the inside. Patrick has that inside line. Laura praying for something to happen between these two now. Quickly have a look in the front, and it's going to be a race to the line for all of those. Quickly go back to these lot fighting down the hill, and a very conservative line from the number 11 there might be enough to keep the likes of Patrick behind. But over to the leader, winning their first TCR top split in this championship this season. Jack Brown in the lead from start to finish. Great result here. Well done, Jack. First place with Will Lyon going to be in second. A last minute, wow, literally just everyone ploughing around the corner at once. Grigori is going to be taking that final podium place. But here we go, still all to play for here. All it takes is one mistake. But Laura does well. She manages to defend from 3 other cars. Brilliant racing. Why don't I drive myself? I don't drive myself just to keep myself from burning out.
Good race, thanks, Jay.
I do a lot of my stuff off stream or on Saturdays. Oh, and that was unfortunate, because that means if any of them not got a 0x this race, well, because Euro hasn't passed the line yet, that's just ruined their bonus points. But what a race that was. That was brilliant. That was fantastic. But yeah, I don't race on the Tuesdays because I quite like doing this, to be honest. It brings people together to chat about all sorts of stuff. I can not get sick of driving. Or try not to. And people really like these broadcasts as well for the strength of field. I also do a lot of commentary for Backfire Simsport TV on Wednesdays with their own TCR league, so make sure you've jumped into that as well. Links in the description below. Well done, you're a meatball, but carried on driving to the end. So your first race of the evening for the fixed. Jack Brown gets the win with a 5.5 second gap over Will Lyon in second place. Final podium position going over to Grigori. Chris Wetz just behind, as well as Thomas Dandridge and Anton Shishnikov all the way up to 6th place. Riley, a massive jump of positions for them from last place up to 7th. 7th place gain in 7th. 3 lots of 7, we'll take that. 8th place, OD Payne with Laura Miser. Fantastic effort from her on all her defending up to 9th place. 10th place, Andrew Marinette. Then onwards is Patrick, Sydney, Pascal with a race to forget for the strength of field fixed championship leader for now. That will update very, very shortly. And Uralagnan, after their incident, down in 14th place. Right, not too many crashes really to talk of here, apart from Ura unfortunately going over. Oh, got a bit of a crash. Oh no, there we are. And you're not going to play? Now we're going to play. There we go. So Ura, let's have a look inside, see what they saw. So Ura in front of there. Everybody else starting to lose quite a lot of grip. Unfortunately, Ura, well, date with the wall. Also, we had Will Lyon going off a track. This must have been when, yeah, they had everybody quite far behind. But something just went slightly wrong here. I wonder if it's another slide. Yeah, a lot of speed going off into there, going off into the dirt. And that just allowed everybody else an opportunity to start catching up, potentially challenging for that 2nd place. Will, however, managed to keep it going. Well done, Will. 2nd place just there. Apart from that, there's not really... get my camera off because you don't want to stare at that all the while. Don't really think there's anything else for us to see in that race. It was a very clean race at that, but well done once again, Jack. Winner of the fixed strength of field. Going to see how quick it takes for the championship standings to update. And we're going to get some music back on. And go get ready for the next race. Welcome back all. Hope you're all good. Okay, I had my best race ever. Hell yeah, man. What we love to hear. So as things stand, this first split is slowly filling up, but we have 20 minutes to go. This is the open race coming up next. Open also has its own championship as well. Speaking of championships, let's see if we can get a update of everything that's happened at Canadian Tire so far. We will start with what we all just witnessed in race number 1 on the fixed. So Jack Brown from start to finish, pole position, fastest lap, triple crown, which means maximum amount of points. Should they have got a 0x as well, we can't see from this screen here, but we will during the point standings. That could be the biggest haul in a single race this season if he ends up getting the 0x as well. All on in second place, with Grigori getting the podium in that one as well. Car number 14, by the way, so brilliant on the iRacing and Strength of Field Championship front as well. Split number 2 was Zhao just there getting the win by 0.8 of a second from Chesney. And Stefan in third, Stephen, sorry, in third place there as well. So Chesney up 3 places to bag that second place. Stefan in third. Fastest lap from Roman, down 7 places in ninth. So something obviously happened between the top 5 at some sort of point there. Qualifying wise, that's bonus points for Zhao just there with split. Why is that showing split 2? I don't know. Jack getting the pole position on that one as well. So as those have updated, that means the standings have also updated for the fixed, and Pascal keeps the lead of the fixed at the moment, but look how close it is now, jumping over Anton Shishnikov just there. Abel dropping down to 5th place with no race today. That's allowed Jack with his massive haul. Yeah, 0x as well, so 52 points. Jack becomes the first person in TCR Strength of Field history to get a top split triple crown. Pole position, fastest lap, 0x, finishing in first. And that gives him a massive 52 points and jumps him all the way up to 4th place. Anton, despite the good result and 20 points just there, stays in 3rd place but does gain on the leader. Chris Wetz with a really consistent, and despite being in that battle with 4 other cars, kept it nice and clean as well. So an extra 3 points there as well. 74 points, but just 3 points in front. Pascal, despite a single point gained from being past the top 20, keeps his lead, 77 points. Go next week. What race have we got next week? I can't remember off the top of my head. I know I'm rubbish, but next week it could be all to play for the fixed. It was a great race for the win on split number 2. Joao here. Am I pronouncing that right, by the way, Joao? If it's not, please let me know, and I'll continue to get it wrong until I do eventually get it right. Then I'll probably forget it next week. So we've got both 2nd place in split 2 and 1st place in split 2 in the chat right now on different channels. Welcome in both. But yeah, good win there, and that win actually gets you, that puts you up to, I'm just having a look where you are here. So you got the 7th highest iRacing Championship points across the whole time slot. So even though you've only raced once this season, it has jumped you up to 28th in the table at the moment out of hundreds who have jumped in. So congrats. Hopefully that's the start of a good campaign here. You're speaking pretty good. Thank you. You should never hear me or be in this stream on Twitch whenever I'm playing Football Manager. It's painful. Just saying. Open is close. Open is a battle between 2 heavyweights, Isaac Price and Augustin the Sausage Fernandez. both getting multiple wins, multiple fastest lap, multiple pole positions, 142 points for the leader and 128 behind. It's probably fair to say Isaac and Augustin right now are locked tight in a battle. And I can't wait to see if both arrive to the race today. With it being Spa 24 hours this weekend, it could mean anything can happen when it comes to participation. For the strength of field racing, we allow, for this season, 4 drop weeks. Right, let's get to how this session's going. This is just a practice going on, so there's no points on the line for where you see everybody here. Let's go over to quickest in this session at this moment of time. Moment in time. It's my native language. I can't speak it sometimes. Stephen Walker leading the way at the moment. Audiing it up. A 123.005. Already half a second quicker than we've seen in fixed conditions. Second quickest, Carl Hardy. Parking it up. Going for a quick pie break. Got Jaden Scott in here in one of the most lovely liveries you've ever seen in your life. Look at that, it's got some really nice logos on it. Rich, thank you for the subscription with Prime.
M1 Stern the score Rich just subscribed with Prime.
And that is already 3 Prime subs we've had on the Twitch channel. So if you are on YouTube, or even if you're on Twitch and you haven't realised yet, if you are on either of those platforms and you have Amazon Prime, connect it to your Twitch account and use that free sub on a channel. Just got to click subscribe underneath the chat and you'll see subscribe with Prime box on there. But you don't have to use it here, but please make sure you're using it on somebody. Give somebody that extra 3-4 quid. Rich, thank you so much, my friend. 3 months in a row, 4 in total. Thank you so much. Kid woke up, hopefully I'll make it to the open. Yeah, no worries, Raceway. No worries. Jaden looking to put a pretty quick time in. Hoping for a better race in this session is just here, Laguna. There's a JC Academy car just jumping into the pits. I have a feeling that's Jeff. It is. Mr. Saunders making their way through in the BSTV Honda Civic JC Academy Emerald livery. Also on the circuit in a concept Audi livery. Also JC Academy. It's not a cult, I swear. This is not a cult. Got Andrew Foster making their way around as well. Also quite quick in this session, Stephen Hurd. Usually if you see one SRG car, there's another 7 lurking by somewhere. Oak Blitz as well. Diet Mahus. In the cutting corny TCR car. 3 months of good times. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hell yeah. Right, here's your reminder to get yourself in the TCR Cord, the TCR Community Discord. I will put the link in the YouTube side, even though it is in the video description underneath, but to be honest, it makes it easier and more likely that you lot will join the biggest TCR Discord and get to it. Did you do NEC at the weekend? No, I've been very busy doing all sorts of things. I won't be at home this weekend either, so unfortunately, I won't be doing the Spa 24 either, or the IMPC. I'll be in and around London. Possibly a gig on Saturday. And then Sunday I explore London. Call yourself a streamer? I'll be honest, I don't do a lot of the special events at all. Unless they're TCR or NASCAR. They 6 hours at the Glen, or whatever that Watkins Glen race was. 8 hours, 9 hours, 12 hours. Can't remember which one it was. I think it was 6 hours at Glen, wasn't it? That was my first GT3 special event in 5 years. And look what happened. I nearly messed it up for everybody. We were lucky enough with a completely dry NEC. I do want to solo an NEC at some point, but not a 6-hour one. Good evening, Lord Mars. I hope you are good. Hope you are well. Welcome in on the Twitch side. For those who didn't see the track guide that we did before, let's go on board with Stephen Hurd for a very quick one now. See if we can get themselves ready for a lap of Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, this 2.5 mile circuit. Lovely for hot lapping. Not very many places to pass, but you'll find a way. And I think Stephen's just got really shy. Yeah, Stephen just got a little bit shy. It happens. It happens. Right, let's go to Stephen Walker instead. Make their way round Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Want to get yourself in nice and tight for this very deceptive turn 1. Be patient on the throttle, or else you will spring the car out wide for a very harsh off track. Clayton Corner up next. A lot of elevation changes cause many people.
Wet tyres on.
Oh, someone with wet tyres. But get yourself over to the left hand side on the exit. Brake heavily for Quebec Corner, but you can use as much track on the exit as you want. Now onto a hot spot for all sorts of instance. Turn number 4, get yourself nice and tight, but go over to the left hand side to Diamond Moss Corner. You get a lot of back ends going loose here. Catch it and get yourself a nice exit for one of the most important straights on the circuit. Down the Mario Andretti straightaway, you're going to get a near enough invisible turn 6 and a turn 7. I'm not saying those numbers together, grow up. Once you get past number 7 though, get yourself over to the left hand side to prepare for the S's. Point of the S's is just prepare yourself for the next following corner. Diamond the first one for a late apex. Keep over to the right hand side to open up number 9. Don't go full welly on the exit because you need to open up turn number 10, White's Corner. Try not to hit the curbs too hard and be patient on the throttle on the exit to ensure you don't get a late 1x. And that is a lap of Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. Stephen clutching? Not sure. Ask him. Good, thanks yourself. Yeah, not too bad. It's a bit warm for my liking. In my office right now, it is 34 degrees Celsius, aka 95 Fahrenheit. I have 2 fans blowing on me right now. It's only slightly hurting. No, well, not hurting. It's just a bit uncomfortable and sticky in here. But I'm still smiling. See? At least you have fans. Only no. Anyway, Kay, thank you so much for throwing the follow over to the channel. We are also live on YouTube, so if you haven't already, please feel free to get yourself over to there as well. Although there's been no track guide this week, and I'll be honest, there might not be a track guide for next week either. Unless someone wants to send me some laps so I can get to work on it on Friday. Right, who else we got on the circuit? We have 7 minutes left to get yourself in. Let's see if we can get over to the other practice. We can! And there is your championship leader at the moment, Isaac Price. Making their way around slowly and has got into the 122s. One of the quickest laps we've seen so far on stream. Speaking of fans only, if you got a link, DM me. Wow. Holy hell, do I have a story I'm waiting to finish so I can tell it? I saw a little bit, if it's what I think it is. I've seen little bits of this on Twitter. Nicely, the floor is yours. Whilst you're telling that, quickly have a look at everybody who is in this session. We've got Andrew Littler as well. Trading paint seems to be a bit glitchy at the moment over this season, so you'll have to excuse the amount of greyed out liveries like this. Luckily we have glowy wheels, so we can tell who's who, to a point. Be nice though if these paints would reload. At the moment, signed up. I'm going to look to see if we've made it into multiple splits. Very, very likely to. Yes, we've easily made it into multiple splits. In fact, there could potentially be 3 splits. We're very, very close to 3 splits. There's enough people in the practice sessions that we could get 3 splits out of this. We need 10 more people to sign up to the open officials. Story still being written. There's a true rock liveries. I no longer get the link or really any attempt to sell me anything now. Fair. In fact, Tit Tats might be a brilliant. Oh no. Oh no. Sometimes I don't read what's said in the chat. Yes, I regret it every single time. Why are these paints not loading up? Oh, there's one, but that's only paint we've already seen from a previous session. Right, just having a quick look through Discord at the moment. The TCR cord is waiting for you lot to jump into it and join and talk about the races. By the way, get yourselves in. I would jump into the BSTV meeting room where there's a lot of people right now. In fact, I'm going to jump into the live booth of BSTV and see if anybody actually jumps in for a quick interview. Do I just drag Jaden in? Should we drag Jaden in? Let's drag Jaden in. Oh, it's not letting me drag him in. Oh, that sucks. could have had a live interview there. In fact, I'm going to quickly say interview in the ESTV booth. See if anyone actually jumps into the interview waiting room. Go on, someone jump into the interview waiting room. I'm literally waiting for someone to jump into that interview waiting room.
Oh. Chris said he will, Joe.
Needs to jump into waiting room. Will you do it? Or were they just stitching him up? They might have been stitching him up. Go on, be brave.
Just drag him up, mate. On first dates?
Hold on. Mr. Lunch Club, how are we doing? Hope you're good, hope you're well. Oh, it's funny. What an asshole. Oh, wasn't supposed to swear on the bloody stream. Oh no. Where's the bloody way, isn't it? Happy to catch the stream. Yeah, welcome in, Lance Club. I hope you're good. Hope you're well. This is on Tuesdays. We stream live races going on. We do some commentary over the top. It's nicely chilled out. I do use my wheels sometimes. Not for today though. Today we just chill. We watch everybody else. But I hope you're good. Hope you are well. We're also live on YouTube. For anybody on the Twitch side who's not on the YouTube, get a thumbs up onto the stream. We're just waiting for the session to load up now. There is nearly 3 splits, but there are so many people signed up before it gets to 3 splits that these are going to be busy splits. We're talking about 18 cars per split. Right, 10 seconds left. 10 seconds, and we're on to 36. Fantastic. Right, there's going to be a minute of ads whilst we load everything up. Got a lot of friends in these splits as well, so hopefully we'll be able to commentate on them. But coming up is the Strength of Field Championship Open Race. Those who haven't already watched the fixed, watch the VOD on YouTube afterwards. It was great. 2 groups of 4 just fighting away all over the course. Hopefully we get something quite similar today. Right, that's all loading up now. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere. Welcome everybody to the TCR Strength of Field Championship, the Open Championship for this one. And if you were here for the fix, you've missed the race, and I tell you what, it was absolutely fantastic. Battling everywhere, mistakes being made, and just real grit and determination from all involved. I'm your host, JayCaulls. I hope everyone is good, everyone is well, and we are at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, also affectionately known as Mosport. But let's get to it, straight into qualifying. You lot know how qualifying works by now. When you see, oh, why is it not working? There we go. Whoops. When there's a bar underneath and it's green, it's a personal best. If it's purple, it's the quickest of the whole session. Everybody's going to be slowly making their way out of the pits now to get their first laps going. So this is the Strength of Field Championship, where on Grid Post we have our own championship going, where all you need to do to enter is to join this time slot and the time slot before for the fixed at this time every Tuesday. The iRacing Championship points that you earn across the entire time slot, no matter what split you're in, will be ranked from 1st to 50, and you will get points depending on how many championship points you get on there, which means even if you're split 2, split 3, split 4, hell, I'd probably say even splits 7 and 8, when we get that many people in, you still have enough of a chance to gain points to enter the championship. There's bonus points for fastest lap, bonus points for pole position. There's even bonus points for getting 0 X's. Let's have a quick look at the championship table whilst Jaden in the background gets their first laps done. So at the moment for the Open Championship, it is between Isaac and Augustin, 142 points and 128. I can tell you now that Isaac is in the session. Augustin, I can't see Augustin unless I am completely blind, which means Isaac's got a fantastic opportunity here to stretch that lead out. You've got many other names in there, Eric, Evan and Stephen, all leading away as the best of the rest. There's plenty of people in here such as Sydney down there with fastest lap and 0 X's. Not from top split, but because they've done so well in the second splits, has given them enough points as well as their consistency when they do make it in top split to have them fighting with everybody else. Those who want to see what the fixed table's looking like at the moment after the last round of races, it's a lot tighter at the top. Watch the VOD earlier to see exactly what happened in the fixed race. Some big championship movers just from today's race. Right, first laps have started. Let's get everything sorted out here to make this look a little bit better for everybody who's watching at home. So a lot of Audis in this session, a lot of Hondas, and then a small handful of Elantras, as Stephen Hurd is your first to put down a time, a 123.2, but in the practice we were seeing people getting some 122s. And Jaden Scotton closest so far, but I'm telling you now, there's some quick people in here. Your fixed winner, Anthony Brown, Jack Anthony Brown even, sorry, my mistake there, going up into second place, 0.023 behind your current pole sitter, Jaden Scotton. But everyone's going to be watching for one person, and they've just absolutely obliterated that time in tower right now, nearly half a second quicker than everybody else. Isaac Price is leading the way, half a second. We're watching everybody else just in vain now, trying their best to get their way through. Stephen Hurd, who are on board with right now, looking to improve on their 5th place. Stephen's going to be one of those that, if they can line up alongside Price, might be able to pip him into that first corner. We'll see what happens. Kev, I hope you're good, hope you're well. Grid Post seems pretty cool. It's extremely cool, my friend. For those who want more information on Grid Post, just type in the Twitch chat, !TCR SOF. If you are on the YouTube side right now, just look at the video description below. Plenty of links in there, including the TCR cord. Also get yourself in the TCR cord. Right, Stephen Hurd up to 4th place, but Jaden straight away relegates him down to that position. Still got a few more people on the circuit from all over the globe, including Marcelo Reales up in 11th place at the moment. Car number 5, so we'll have expected a little bit better. Evan Kiso in 10th place too. Isaac Price putting in another lap. Not quite as quick as the last one though, just a tenth off, but still so much quicker than everybody else on the field right now. It's looking a bit rough for everyone, but Stephen Walker setting a quickest of the whole session. And this could be pretty close. Stephen Walker, 0.3 away from Isaac Price in the Audi, goes across the line. Can we get a shock pole position here? Gets closer, but just not enough. Puts it down from 4 tenths down to just over 2. But Isaac Price is your pole sitter here with Stephen Walker by the side. Stephen Walker, if they can nail that start, this could be a very interesting start of the race. Jaden Scott in third place with Stephen Hurd on that second row in 4th. Then we have Eric Blitz and Jack Brown in row 3 with Ian and Ura in 4th row. 5th row contention is Carl Hardy and Evan Kiso, with Marcelo Reales and Thomas Dandridge in 11th and 12th. Anton Shishnikov and Dietmar Hughes in 13th, 14th and 15th onwards. Sidney Hard, Jamie Wilson, Jeff Saunders, Patrick Gallick and Malt Schneider in 19th.
Good luck, all.
Fantastic camera. Brilliant.
Good luck.
Exactly what I wanted to see.
Good luck.
Just having a quick look around everybody now. Isaac Price with an absolutely insane time. Kurt, I hope you're good, by the way, my friend. Good to see you on the Twitch side. Hope you are well, my friend. Just waiting for Stephen Walker. That's how close Stephen Walker is right now. If we go to the inside, you can see Isaac just on the right of your screen. Jaden Scott and Isaac in his sights in front, and then Stephen Hurd will be hoping for some sort of action with the front 3 to get themselves in for an opportunity to jump everybody else towards the back. It's going to get a bit cozy. One of those beautiful liveries. I'm glad the liveries are slightly working, but here we go. Let's get our way towards the front. It's 5 lights and we are go. And I tell you what, that's not a bad start from Stephen in second place. Terrible start from Stephen Hurd though, all the way back to the SRG car. Struggling. Isaac gets the inside. Jaden. Is Jaden going to go for that move on third? He's not. He's going to let Walker go through, but Jaden with a lot of overspeed going there. A lot of position changes, and Isaac is now going to try their best to run away with this one whilst everybody else behind starts their battling. Everyone going into single file, which is probably safest for now. But watch now as everybody going into the tight chicane or hairpin coming up behind. Somebody's going to end up spinning and something's going to end up happening. Here we go. Is anyone here going to end up getting a spin? There's one towards the back. I think that was Schneider. It wasn't. It was Gallick. And there's our first big incident of the stream so far. Isaac Price currently leading the way with Stephen Walker in second, Jaden Scott in third, Eric Blitz in fourth, and a lot of close battles going on ahead. Let's have a look what's going on in front. Just behind Jaden Scott and Eric, looking for a way onto the inside, but nothing happens for it. Stephen Hurd trying to fight their way back after a terrible start. A big slide just there, nearly completely losing control, and that's just given an opportunity behind number 9, and that's Ian. Oh, and something big just happened there, but everyone trying their best to keep it all together. What has happened though, everyone just reacting with a little bit of brake, a little bit of lifting. It's now giving us an opportunity to see some really close together races. And Ura Lakinen, already a victim of the wall in the earlier race now, having to fight away. A lot of different cars now. Jack Anthony Brown managing to lose a place but still keeping ahead of everybody here. And this is kind of similar to what Jack wanted in the first place. Everyone behind him battling, and everyone having to check out there. A bit of a Constantina. Look how close it is right now. Literally, whoever puts a foot wrong first will feel the consequences this early in the race. We're going to quickly go over to the front because Stephen Walker at the moment having to defend from a rampant Jaden Scotton. These two fighting with the Swede Eric Blitz right behind. Even further back, there's some even closer battles going on. And this is proper touring car racing. There's people arguing that these splits should be a minimum of 30, like should be a maximum of 30 cars rather than 20, but to be honest, if they're all as good as these lot here right now, you only need 20. Carl Hardy just in front with a rabid Canadian on his rear. Potentially a home track, home field advantage here for Canadian Evan Kiso. Also an SRG. Usually if you see one SRG, so and Evan having to really check up there. It seems Carl's got a slightly different line to everybody else into that corner, and that has just caused everyone to back up a little bit behind, and suddenly it's a dogfight for a place in the top 10. Let's get on board with Marcelo Reales behind, currently running in at 11th place. Anton Shishnikov behind by half a second, but look at the battle slowly forming in front of Marcelo. You know Marcelo licking their lips, waiting for a mistake to get made somewhere. Carl Hardy doing a fantastic job. He's managing to defend at the moment from Evan Kiso. Jura Larkinen just stalking behind as well. And Marcelo, although behind, does have a little bit of traffic with Anton Shishnikov. Just sitting pretty where he is at the moment and can just watch all the action in front. Plenty of places on this circuit where you can just lose your footing here. Anton behind though. Is Anton going to try any sort of move on the inside? Maybe with the knowledge that you get bonus points for 0x's, Anton might be thinking if he can keep it clean, it might do him more good rather than getting involved in an accident here. And Anton is extremely close to Marcelo right now. Got to get yourself as wide as possible. Oh, and the spin from Anton. Anton saves it well, but has to take shelter, and that's going to be 2 places down with not a great run out of that corner at all. Anton is going to be absolutely gutted about that one. A bit further forward, Jaden Scotton still defending against Eric. Seems Stephen Walker getting a nice 6th, 10th lead over Jaden here. Isaac Price, your leader so far, with no Augustin there to fight him at the moment. Could be a pretty easy, simple win, getting some laps in. Your winner for fixed, Jack Brown, currently chasing down Ian for 6th place. Ian up 1, Jack down 1. Jack doing everything they can to reverse the terrible start they had there. Speaking of terrible starts, let's have a quick look what happened with Patrick early. Massive thank you to Backfire Simsport TV for allowing me use of their SDK. There is just a little bit of a catch of the fast inside, and a great catch from the rear of that car. The back of that car flying off before somehow landing back on the car and connecting pretty seamlessly as if nothing even happened. Get some camera action towards different parts of the grid right now, where Anton Shishnikov looking to find their way back up, chasing down Dietmar, who's at the moment, it looks like Creighton Corning TCR is hiring more TCR drivers. Looking at cheap promo at the back. How Creighton Corning managed to get Rammstein to sponsor the car though, I will never know. It might need to hook me up with a number there, some agents. Anton now is the quicker car in theory, but having to adjust their line, which has caused them to lose a little bit of pace there, but plenty of gap between them and Jamie Wilson just behind. Jaden Scotland at the moment 3rd place. Top 3, no changes in position. Just Jaden doing what they can in that Honda to try and utilise as much of an advantage as possible. But Eric is no slouch behind. We're going to get a bit further back because Sydney has taken an outside line here on their battle with Jamie Wilson. Jeff Saunders 3 seconds behind with their own battle with Schneider. So something's happened there which has caused them to get a little bit closer. Let's get back to Dietmar now. Dietmar can get a good launch out of this corner. They can massively catch up to Thomas Dandridge, less than half a second in front. Just reminder to anybody watching on Twitch, get yourself over to the YouTube, put a thumbs up on this stream right now on the YouTube side. It spreads it out to more people. If you're on YouTube, get yourself over to the Twitch side and get following that channel as well. Hopefully you lot can see all the chat at the bottom of the screen and can keep up with it when it does start to run a little bit quicker. Speaking of running a little bit quicker, we've got Stephen Hurd at the moment crawling up to behind Eric, just taking a 10th or 2 out per lap, looking to get part of that battle. More battles going on a bit further behind as Sydney Hurd's fighting away with Jamie Wilson. A lot of names you lot will recognise in here from Backfire Simsport TV, and they're not just their Wednesday TCR League, but their Saturday V8 League as well. So if you're watching this now and you're looking for a European time slot for a V8 Supercar League, then on Saturdays Backfire Simsport TV, that might be for you. Close battle here at the moment. I'm keeping a watch on the rest of the timing tower. Thomas Dandridge right now has the German Dietmar, who's right behind. He's doing what he can to try and negate the advantage that Dietmar has with the toe behind. Speaking of, Jaden getting to sight a little bit of relief here. Stephen Hurd is caught up to Eric Blitz, the Flying Scotsman, doing what they can to get into Eric's mirrors. Eric is a 6k driver though, so whatever Stephen wants to try and do with Eric here might not work as well as they probably want. Jura Larkin setting some really quick sectors just there, a 123.7, which is catching them up to Evan Kiso in front. Carl Hardy in front of this battling duo here. Getting to... There's a lot of signs of relief going on at the moment. Unfortunately for Jamie Wilson though, he's going to have to suffer a little bit more. Sydney Hard's doing everything they can to get a fight going here, and Sydney's going to get by the side, and there's a little bit of a tap just here, but Sydney lets up on the throttle slightly, allows Jamie Wilson the opportunity to get back on the throttle, keep in front. Sydney's not in the business of knocking people off the track and taking positions that way. Good sportsmanship there as they carry on with their great racing. Evan Kiso at the moment. Whoa, how close do you want that Racing Forces car? They're approaching the S's right now. Evan's going to have the inside line here. Jura's going to have the outside. Expect to see these two do battle on Wednesdays. And that's a lot of overspeed just there. Ooh, and see what Evan very trusting of Jura just there, that he was not going to keep that inside line and tap the number 8 out the way. He keeps the place, and Jura and Evan keep their battle going, but it's so close, less than 2/10 at the moment. It's the closest battle on the field. It's Audi versus Audi. Let's go quickly whilst he's still fine, see why Schneider went off the track earlier. It's with Jeff Saunders behind. Just taking a lot of track just there, missing the apex and possibly going a bit too wide here. Does. Shuts, or doesn't quite shut the door completely on Jeff, but does enough, so Jeff has to take that inside curb, and that's cost Jeff a reasonable amount of time there. But it keeps the position onto Schneider. That's all that they will care about. After being able to breathe easy for a couple of laps, unfortunately for Jaden, he has himself a bit of a Swede and Scottish problem behind him. Eric and Stephen catching up. Now, if they do end up doing battle here, that is going to seriously help the man who is central of the camera right now, Ian. Ian will be hoping that the three in front start doing some battling so that himself and Jack Brown can get in on the action. A little bit further behind. Look how close it is just there between Evan and Yura, and then further back have Marcelo Reales, Thomas Dandridge and Dietmar Hughes as well, all fighting it out for 11th place. Great fighting from all, and it looks like Sydney finally has the run on Jamie Wilson, gets the pass done, nicely done. But the fight is not over yet. And Sydney with a really nice and neat line out there. A little bit of a tap of the curb from Jamie Wilson, and that might stop them from getting a move done on him there. Jaden still having to defend from Eric. It's getting closer and closer. Same with Yura and Evan, and Yura gets to the inside to try and put Evan off. But this does mean Evan approaches that corner wider, which means he can hit that late apex, keep his line going, recover and keep that position. Three behind also still fighting it out, and this is going to do absolute wonders. We get onto the drone right now for Anton Shishnikov, who is looking to try and catch these three in front as quick as possible. We are 3/4 through the race, lap number 11, nearly minute 15 as things stand. Isaac Price is your current leader, with Stephen Walker just behind. A nice sizable gap between them and the Baselin trio now of Jane Scott and Eric Blitz and Stephen Hurd. I've just seen a pass happen behind. Just see what happens on the exit here. There's a bit of battling. Hopefully we can get what happened with Thomas and Marcelo here. Marcelo running extremely wide. A lot of overspeed from Thomas Dandridge. And Marcelo doesn't fight the insides. Thomas takes that inside, keeps it going. Marcelo tries to run the outside line to get as much speed as possible. That does nothing but defends them from losing an extra place to Dietmar, and Thomas Dandridge gets the move done. Nicely done. Still a little bit of fighting going on here between Yura and Evan. Yura just not able to get that pass completed. But Jaden, Eric and Steven still fighting away for that final podium position. As things stand, Isaac Price is going to get a big advantage in the Strength of Field Championship Open Edition. However, there are 4 drop weeks that we're allowing for this pilot season. So Isaac just doing what they can to get all the best results now. This might require Augustine, when they do return to racing action, to have to try and get as perfect race days as possible to get the championship win. How close it is between these three right now, just seeing to make sure. And Jaden does not use a lot of that road, and that is now, if you look at the timing tower now, big advantage for Eric. Is Eric going to have enough here to potentially go side by side to quickly go on board with Stephen Hurd just behind? Best view in the house. Jaden is forced to defend that inside, and an earlier break from Eric just there, just to get back on to the throttle and recover their line to stop Stephen from nicking a place, but also to keep right at the back of Jaden Scotland. And they continue on their voyage in this open race. Look a little further behind it. It's so close here between these as well, but Anton Shishnikov is getting closer and closer every single lap, apart from the last losing a couple of attempts there. But as there's no active side-by-side battling, it's not allowing Anton the opportunity to get as close as they possibly want to. Meanwhile, how close it is here right now. And Jaden this time using a much more open line. He'll be going behind the trees here, so we might have to change the angle. But it's pretty much rinse and repeat at the moment for Jayden. Go down the straightaway, keep to the right hand side, and just hope that you do not lose the back end on the S's. But number 2, calling the bluff here, keeping nice and tight, and that's just allowing Stephen Hurd in third place to... third place, sorry, my... what am I thinking? 5th place at the moment. This is the battle for third. In 5th place to get a run, and a run he has. But not quite enough. We're going to have one more lap left after this. A lot of off tracks being taken, and we're having to keep on going back to this battle as well, because this is getting closer and closer, and that is... Ooh, Thomas might have messed up that corner a little bit. Marcelo taking as much of that as he can, and look who is within a second of this battle right now. Third place. Ian and Jack even have done everything they can to keep it clean and get as close as possible. I'm trying to read what that livery is saying, but I might have to get onto the drone. Having a beer or two, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Ian is within slipstreaming distance of the cars in front, but not gaining too much. Jayden once again in front, just having to defend here slightly, and as there's not a lot of action going on here, does mean that Ian and Jack are not able to get as close as they want to. Marcelo meanwhile though, it's getting close. And you can see the tyres are starting to go through. Oh, a little bit of a break there from Thomas, and that nearly gave Marcelo an opportunity to get a big run there on Thomas, but not able to do it. Marcelo nearly seeming like they're babying the tyres, just being a tiptoeing a little bit through these corners, maybe hoping that Thomas can over push a car a bit. And look how much that Hyundai in front is getting pushed right now. It is so close at the moment. Anton is caught up to the back of these right now. Ian dropping down slightly. And here's the final push with these three now. Isaac Price in the lead by 2.7 seconds on Stephen Walker. But this fight 3 seconds back. It's surely make or break now for Eric. But Eric has a bit of a Stephen Hurd problem here. It might be to the point where Jayden's going to get away with this. Depending on how late who's going to be on the brakes. Jayden can... Ooh, Jayden misses that first apex. Slightly misses the second. Stephen Hurd's not going to be able to get through. And Isaac Price gets the win. So as we go racing across the line, Jayden just gets that final space on the podium.
Incredible pace.
Oh, defend on the inside from Evan Key. So it's going to be a sprint to the line, but I think Evan's just got it. Evan's just got it. Great stuff from Evan.
Great race.
That's the rest. Really pitter patter across the line. Some great racing all around there. Brilliant stuff. Well done to all.
Well done, you.
Especially to Isaac Price getting the win. We're just waiting for Jeff Saunders to get past the line. He has. Patrick hasn't made it to the line. Oh, wow. That was... that was brilliant. Again, Tuesdays are giving us the best TCR racing that's not in a league. Even though this is technically now a league. But it's giving us the best racing in officials. So if you're watching now, get yourselves in on this time slot every single Tuesday. It's a sight to behold and an absolute thrill if you're on the racetrack getting involved.
Good last week. Swingies and roundies. They need to sort this bop out.
Isaac Price gets the win with a commanding 3-second win over Stephen Walker. Jayden Scotton managing to defend Eric and Stephen. He gets himself a 3rd place for his efforts. Eric and Stephen having to settle for 4th and 5th place. Ian and Jack just loitering around behind. Nearly had a chance to get involved with the action as well in 6th and 7th. 8th place, Carl Hardy, with Evan Kiso and Ural Hackton fighting it out for the final top 10 positions in 9th and 10th respectively. Thomas Dandridge and Marcelo Reales, less than half a second separating those two.
I definitely would say so.
Dietmar Hoos in 13th, Anton Shishnikov in 14th. Those four having some great battles throughout the circuit. Sydney Hards in 15th.
Agree. It's weird, isn't it?
Jamie Wilson 16th. Martin Schneider in 17th. Jeff Saunders 18th. And then Patrick Gallick, after their early incident, not continuing on with the race, having to settle for the 19th place. And with what happened with Patrick, it was so unfortunate. Just literally the case of touching the grass on the inside corner early in the lap, or curbing even, unsettled the car, and just became a wrecking ball. And Schneider also, this is the only other thing that happened that my event tracker's telling me about. Schneider, as well as quite a few people during some of these races, just going a little bit too wide there, was able to somehow keep the position versus Jeff on the inside there. Right, having a quick look through the chats. All sorts of colourful language in there. I don't apologise for it. You lot are adults in here. You should be able to handle seeing some words on the screen. EV's cars 10% more draft and the races will be 1000% more fun. Seems to be about evening itself out over the course of the calendar. They're really on par with each other at any given track. Oh, rarely on par with each other at any other track. You're congratulating Evan on a really great battle. Yes, there is a topic on the iRacing forums for touring cars about the BOP. If anybody wants to talk about today's races on there, just say it's an Audi fest on the fixed. I'm going to throw slight shade. We have been told, or I've seen in other discords, other people who are either staff or close to the staff have said something along the lines of, people tell us that it's wrong but don't tell us how to fix it. And I'm just sat there like, you lot did the setups, you lot are doing the car physics. I don't know anything about programming car physics in a video game. I know nothing about the setups with those car physics in a video game. I don't think I can really tell you what to do to fix what's going on with TCR right now and the BOP. But anyway, so I'm just having a quick look to see if the open setup has updated. It has. Whilst all this is going on in the background, let's put this onto slow-mo. That's not slow-mo, that's slow-mo. So the results of the other races. It's not given me. Oh, apparently it's not done the classification yet for the rest of the races yet. Results. Canadian time. Anyway, we'll have a quick look through that anyway. So obviously Isaac Price getting the win on that last race. Also got fastest lap. Also got pole position. Did get an off track, so doesn't get the... Oh no, we don't know actually, because it doesn't show. That's something I'll need to... Kev, if you're about, mate, if possible, could we get on this screen for the race classifications, is there any chance we could get the 0x bonus flash up on here, as well as the fastest lap, but also a column for iRacing Championship points, just so people understand a little bit more with the iRacing Championship points, just how many you get that determine how many strength of field points that you get. Of course, in the qualifying, Isaac got that as well. Just looking, it still hasn't done the results yet for split 2. There was 2 splits in this one. To do that, easy enough to add. Awesome. Just might make it a bit easier for me in this bit here when we're talking about who's getting all the bonus points and stuff like that. Qualifying's easy enough because it's just a tab for qualifying there. Oh, that's saying top split 2. Oh. Okay, and for the... Okay, qualifying seems to have got those the wrong way around. I wonder if that does it by whichever split finishes first is relegated to the last split. Oh, you've done that now? Oh, sweet. Kev's good. Kev's very good at this. Let's get a refresh in. Okay, either nobody has had a 0x on there, or it might take a couple of minutes to come through. Or, if I do Control F5, it'll clear the cache. Okay. I know there's a bug. I'll have... Yeah, no worries. So, split number 2, which was happening in the background. Joao gets the win in... Let me just make sure this is the right one. In the open setup as well. So, they got the win in the fixed and second split. They got the win on open second split as well. Fantastic result there. Stephen L in second place with Andrew M and fastest lap bonus points. Third place. Then Laura, she gets a really good solid 4th place finish, up 3 positions, and OD Payne in the top 5. That Augustin F is definitely not Augustin Fernandez. Just putting that out there. That is not championship leader Augustin Fernandez all the way down there. If it is, that's a lot of tanking. Talking about something else, we'll get the 0x in the results for next week. Ah, okay. No worries. No worries, no. Just a suggestion on there for that one. That's all. Thank you, Kev, for all your help, by the way, for sorting all this out. This has been absolutely brilliant. As the standings, as the results are sorted, it means the standings have been updated as well for the Open. And look at that. That is 3 in a row for Isaac. 3 in a row with qualifying bonuses and fastest laps in all 3 of the previous races. Augustin not racing last week means that the gap between Isaac and Augustin is so big now, we're going to have to wait for the drop rounds to go through. We have it so there's 4 drop rounds. As things stand, as long as people race from next week until the end of the season, they will get all their rounds counted. So if you haven't got yourself involved in the Tuesdays yet, keep coming. Keep arriving. You get big time punished for being high car numbers in each split. Do have to for those who are always in the lower half of the in the lower half of the top splits, I can imagine how difficult it is to break out of that funk. If you can get lucky enough to be top split and to be second split and win that split, quite rewarding. See a lot of 0x bonus points for a lot of people here. Sydney, top 10 at the moment, just keeping really nice consistent results. 0x's as well, and that puts him up into 9th. But at the moment, Isaac in the lead with 191, 128 for Augustin, no race this week. Eric with a nice solid result this week, 33 points with a 0x bonus points as well. Stephen Walker in 4th place with Evan Kiso in 5th. Jeff, I hope you're good, mate. I hope you're well. Right. Anybody wants to learn more or have a look at the results themselves, all you have to do is, if you're on YouTube, check the video description below. If you are on Twitch, I've put some links in the chat for you. See results, championship tables, the championship home as well. You can see everything that's all in there. But thank you all for today. Especially if you're on your YouTube right now, get yourself over to the YouTube stream and put a thumbs up onto that stream as well. The more people who put thumbs ups and subscribe to the channel, the more people that this gets spread to, which means more people will hopefully, in theory, want to race TCRs on a Tuesday, and hopefully more times during the week as well. I'll be next live on the Backfire Simsport TV channel. I'll co-commentating with Pete as 35 plus TCRs roll their way around Canadian Tire tomorrow. You do not want to miss it there. A massive thank you to Backfire Simsport TV for allowing me to use the SDK to run these events on Tuesdays. Also, if you like your V8s, Backfire Simsport do a fantastic V8 league on Saturdays as well. Check out the Discord for that. But on the YouTube side, everyone say goodbye to YouTube because we always end the YouTube stream first. Feel free to rewatch the stream back or leave it running in the background a couple of times. Inflate my views. Cheers, dolls. But take care of yourselves. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday, YouTube. And see you next week for more Strength of Field action. Right, as that's closing now on the YouTube side. Thank you to everyone who's put a thumbs up on there. On the Twitch side, we will be throwing a raid over to somebody. So, just having a quick look. We had over